there, this is Welsh ASMR 82. Hey, how you doing? Today we're going to talk about the Nations League in this calm ASMR style video. So you get your football news and updates and reactions, but in a really calm manner. And yeah, the Nations League groups have just been drawn. I think some of them are quite interesting. Let's check them out in full. Starting with League A, then B, C and D. And I'll give my reaction and say who I think will possibly top the group and who I think will come bottom of each group. And any stories and rivalries that have been presented to us as well. So yeah, I didn't even know this was happening today. My brother just texted me before I was going to eat my dinner and said, have you seen the groups? I'm usually quite, well aware of these things before they happen. Of course, Wales are excited because we're back in League A after being relegated. And welcome to Greece and Serbia, who have never been in League A. Czech Republic, I can't remember if they've ever been in A. And Turkey are in A for the first time as well, that I know of. Because they've been flying up the rankings, but when this was conceived a couple of years ago, Turkey were having a little bit of a difficult time, so they were much further down. I think, were they ever as far down as League C? Anyway, so Scotland, after trying their best to stay up last time, are down in B. We'll talk about them in a bit, and the islands as well, and see if I think they could potentially get promoted to League A, and then we'll just take a glance at C and D as well, and I'll give my reaction to those. Okay, so League A has to be said that Group A1 is the group of death. France, Italy, Belgium and Turkey. On current performance, I would actually say that France are the best, but I'd say that possibly Turkey are going to be a very good team and can get results against Belgium and Italy. I don't think this Italy team are the best they've been for some time. Belgium are having a little bit of a change from their golden generation. And Turkey are on the up. France obviously one of the best teams in the world, so I think that Turkey could potentially come second in this group, and maybe Belgium third and Italy fourth. We'll see how it goes. It depends on momentum, I suppose, and whether they can keep their manager. If they manage to get through the playoffs, have a good World Cup, then obviously these come straight after the World Cup. And as such, I'd imagine that they'd be flying high at that point if they manage to get to a quarter-final or something. But if they don't get to the World Cup, they sack their manager and they just maybe play a friendly in the summer and all their players go on holiday, then that's going to be a much more difficult prospect. So my early prediction is France first, Turkey second, Belgium third, Italy fourth. Sorry Italy, I'm really sorry. Okay. Next up is a bit of a weird group. I think Germany and Netherlands have been together so many times they must be sick of the sight of each other. But they're back at it again. Netherlands do struggle to beat Germany. They can get a draw against them, but I think in the last couple of attempts, Germany have either won or got a draw. So I'm expecting the same to happen. I think Germany will finish top of this group. I don't see any reason why Netherlands wouldn't come second quite easily. Which, off the top of my head, does that mean they get through to the knockouts now? I think you need to finish top 2, right? And then you get through to, I think both teams get through. I'll have to try and revise what happens. Serbia are on very poor form at the moment, and Greece are totally up and down. They looked good in the European qualifying, and then for the World Cup qualifying they did not do well in Scotland's group at all. So I just don't think that they are consistent enough to do anything against two very solid, high quality teams with bags and bags of players that can just step in if there's an injury. So I think that there's nothing stopping Germany from finishing top and Netherlands second. I actually think Greece could finish third and Serbia will finish fourth based on current form. Because although Greece isn't doing that well, Serbia are doing even worse. And they didn't even look like qualifying for the World Cup. So, yeah, I think that they would finish bottom in this group. Okay, some of the home nations now for the next couple. So we've got Group A3, Spain, Croatia, England and Czech Republic. It's funny how certain teams seem to be attracted to other teams like Wales and Belgium, for example. And I think that England always seem to end up with Croatia, and they do have Spain a fair amount as well. Although I was thinking about it recently, it's actually the women's England team that seems to get Spain in all their qualifying groups. I really fear for the Czech Republic in this group. That is incredibly strong. So I can't see past Spain for top spot, but England will come second and Croatia third, which is harsh on Croatia because Croatia are fantastic. But Czech Republic will come last in this group. They just don't have they have the energy and the commitment, but they just don't have the quality against, England and Spain, two of the strongest teams in the world right now. Croatia punch above their weight and have done since the country started playing football as an independent country. So that's a really difficult group. As much as I said that Group A1 was the group of death, I think apart from the Czech Republic, for the Czech Republic, that is the group of death as well. Because overall, I think in terms of winning the tournament, it's, for me, between France, Spain, England, and possibly Portugal, maybe Germany. But the fact that two of them are in that group says a lot. So, poor Czech Republic. They just got to go out there and enjoy it, haven't they? But yeah, I think England could pip Spain to the top spot, but it'll be very, very, very difficult. Depends on momentum after the World Cup. We'll see how they both do. My tip is that we're going to have a Spain-Argentina final. Okay, Group A4, this is where we talk about my country, Wales, Cymru. So Portugal, Denmark, Norway and Wales. I mean, it's a difficult group, they're all difficult, but as a fourth seed, I mean, we could have had an easier third seed in Serbia, for example. I actually think that Belgium would be an easier third seed, although we are going through a really bad run at the minute against Belgium. We don't seem to be able to beat them. For a while, they are absolute Achilles heel, but not at the moment. So Norway, that'll be a really good match actually, because Wales don't know how to defend and Norway are an incredibly attacking team. So it'll be attack against attack. That should be quite entertaining. However, despite the fact we got the hardest, if England is a third seed, that's quite harsh as well. Okay, second hardest third seed. I think we got one of the easier second seeds. I'm glad we didn't get Netherlands, for example. Italy, you never know. Or Croatia, very difficult. But Denmark, they're struggling a little. I watched them against Scotland in the qualifying campaign for the World Cup, but I wasn't that impressed, I've got to be honest. I mean, they are one of our teams that we've never seemed to beat. We had them in the Nations League, the very first edition, and they beat us home and away. And then obviously in Euro 2020, which happened in 2021 because of COVID, they hammered us in the round of 16. So we don't seem to have a good record against them. But on paper, I think that we've got a chance of getting results against them. Portugal, so I'm relieved that we didn't get France or Spain. Portugal, so my issue with them is the only way you can beat them is do what Republic of Ireland did against them and dig in deep and then hit them on the break. We can't do that. We don't do that. Bellamy won't do that. So I think that could be a cricket score when they play against us because they have so much quality, very attacking, particularly down the wide side, and we are terrible at defending crosses. And we're too short to deal with the crosses that then come in, despite having Rodon at the back. So, yeah, I think that Portugal will be a disaster. Denmark we can get something out of. High scoring draw against Norway. Is that enough to stay up? Probably not. Depends on how Denmark and Norway do against each other. There's nothing suggesting that Norway can't finish top. I think Portugal will, but I think Norway will be second. I think Denmark will outfox us and come third, and Wales will come fourth. But I'm excited all the same. Okay, let's look at League B then. Carrying on with the home nation, Scotland is next with Switzerland, Slovenia and North Macedonia. It's a straight shootout for Scotland with Switzerland in that group. Slovenia have slumped recently. They did have a much more solid defensive team, but in the last qualification campaign they didn't show evidence of that, and I think that they will probably finish bottom in this group. North Macedonia do have a very good defence and will be difficult to break down. They will steal points off the other teams, but they won't come in the top two. I think Switzerland are my favourite to come top, but remember now in second place you can still go up through the playoff like Turkey did. So, for me, I think at least if Scotland aim for second, and then in the head-to-head with Switzerland, try not to lose points against Slovenia and North Macedonia away from home. See what happens home and away against Switzerland, and I think Scotland will definitely finish at least second in that group. I don't see Slovenia or North Macedonia beating Scotland, but Switzerland are a very good team. So Switzerland first, Scotland second, North Macedonia third, Slovenia fourth. I could be wrong about that bit though, we'll see. Next up, Hungary, Ukraine, Georgia and Northern Ireland. So Northern Ireland are in really good form at the minute. They got so many good youngsters coming through their ranks. They are not going to finish fourth in this group. I think Georgia, despite having Kvaratskhelia, will finish bottom. I think there's a chance. I think all three teams are quite equal. Hungary, Ukraine and Northern Ireland could all finish top in this group. I think it will probably be... I don't know, I watched Hungary against Republic of Ireland and I wasn't that impressed by them. They were a little complacent. They thought they had the game won and they just didn't respect Ireland at all. So maybe Ukraine to come top. They did well in the qualifying for the World Cup in a really tricky group with France, wasn't it? So maybe Ukraine top, Hungary second, but I think Northern Ireland can get second. Then Northern Ireland third if they don't, and Georgia last. Okay, the next group is interesting, isn't it? Group B3, Israel, Austria, Republic of Ireland and Kosovo. Okay, so I was considering what to say about this. I'm going to keep it short. I haven't read anything yet. Let me know in the comment section. Will the match go ahead between Republic of Ireland and Israel? Because Republic of Ireland have pulled out of Eurovision because Israel are taking part. Bohemians have launched an appeal to UEFA to have all of Israel's teams banned under the article that says you can be banned from European competitions and international competitions in UEFA if you have clubs on occupied territory. And they do, so they are trying to appeal to UEFA to use that ruling to ban them from Europa League, etc. And obviously it might happen naturally before then, maybe they'll not be allowed to play anyway, but if they do, I just don't think Republic of Ireland's FAI will sanction that match, particularly in Dublin. I just don't see it going ahead. So that's an interesting one. Let me know in the comments if you've seen anything. I'm not on social media anymore, so I don't know what's being said about it. Or let me know if I'm just kind of making something up. Maybe I'm sort of putting two and two together, making five, but I just don't see that happening. Austria will plan to win that group. Republic of Ireland are good enough to come second. Israel would come last at the moment in that group, and Kosovo would come third. But if Republic of Ireland refuses to play and they're not backed by UEFA, in that scenario they'd have to forfeit and they would lose 6 points. So Israel would probably go up in that case. So that's a little bit shocking. That's an interesting group politically. We'll see how it goes. And then last one, Poland, Bosnia-Herzegovina, Romania and Sweden. That is a really, really difficult group. All four teams are good enough to be in League A at the moment. Obviously Poland and Bosnia just came down. Romania are a decent team and Sweden have a decent team but aren't playing any good at the moment. So purely on how they are playing, I think it's going to stay a little I don't know, Romania, Sweden are about the same at the moment. Bosnia are very good. Poland are excellent. So I think Poland top, Bosnia second, Sweden third, Romania fourth, or the other way around. I can't tell. Depends if Graham Potter can get Sweden up and running. At the minute, Romania third, Sweden fourth, based on results. Okay, then quickly League C, Albania, Finland, Belarus, San Marino. Can't believe San Marino in League C. It should stay that way because of Finland's form at the moment. So Albania top, Finland second, Belarus third, San Marino obviously fourth. C2, Montenegro, Armenia, Cyprus, Gibraltar or Latvia after the playoff. I think that should stay the same too. Armenia might get top, but Montenegro probably will. Cyprus in third and whoever of those teams in fourth. Next up, Kazakhstan, Slovakia, Faroe Islands and Moldova. That's one of the harder ones of that group. But, you know, Kazakhstan drew with Belgium, Macedonia, and they were pretty decent. They nearly got 2 draws against Wales. We got out without the skin of our teeth. They hit the bar with the last kick of the game against us. Slovakia are good though. I think Slovakia finished top, Kazakhstan second, Faroes third and Moldova fourth. Iceland, I can't believe Iceland are down there. Iceland, Bulgaria, Estonia, Luxembourg. I think Iceland will walk that group. And then Luxembourg will come second if it's them. Then Bulgaria, then Estonia. And in League D, I can't see Luxembourg being in League D. That doesn't seem to make sense to me. So Andorra last, Malta second, Gibraltar top, maybe Malta top, and then Lithuania, can't believe they're down there. Azerbaijan, can't believe they're down there. Liechtenstein, Azerbaijan to come top, or Lithuania, I can't tell, and then Liechtenstein bottom. Oh, hang on. Football Association confirmed will fulfill their fixtures against Israel after they were drawn together. If I have approved a motion to call on UEFA to ban Israel from European competitions, violations, cited organisation of clubs in illegal settlements. I didn't make it all up then. While consultation has taken place, association does recognise UEFA regulations outlining that if an association refuses to play a match, the fixture will be forfeited and other Further disciplinary measures may follow, including potential disqualification from the competition. I wonder if the fans will go, though. It's a tough one. I had a feeling in my bones that either Slovenia or Republic of Ireland would draw Israel when I saw the seeds. So they've been put in a very difficult position by UEFA. I hope that it's taken out of their hands and they are supported. That's what I'm saying. Okay. Thanks for watching, everyone. So I'm excited. You're probably not, but I am. So bring it on. Can't wait. And just a small matter of the World Cup first. More on that when we get those playoffs. I will be a mess during the playoffs, obviously, because I'm Welsh. And we'll never make anything easy. So, wish me luck. Okay, see you soon, everyone. Like, comment, subscribe, join me on Patreon, and see you soon.